Mega Man EXE is a Navi of many awesome abilities. He can use all sorts of tools thanks to battle chips, and gets new upgrades all the time. One upgrade, however, has quite a bit of complexity to it. It is intended to be an extension of you, the player. I'm Rockman HQ, and I'll be your guide as we jack in and take a dive into the unique feature, Style Change. Style Change is a rather complex power-up. It comes from how you play the game, and really plays into some crazy folder builds. Every style change is a combination of an element and a style. Due to this, after we go over how the style change originated, I'll cover what each element offers, and then what every style brings to the table. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll have an idea of what style you want. During the events of Mega Man Battle Network 2, Yuichiro asks Lan and Mega Man to look online for a program known as Change.bat. By asking around, it is discovered that the program is in Yumland Square, which is still a vacant area thanks to Shadow Man's attack not long ago. Here they find the Change.bat, but it turns out that it's a national treasure, and the two have to pull a Nicolas Cage and steal it. After they get away with the goods, they give it to their dad, giving him a heads up that it was prohibited to take. He assures them that he'll send it back when he's done. And it's questionable if he ever does or not, because he then uses the Change.bat to finish a program and installs it into Mega Man. Shortly after this event, Mega Man has his first style change, a feature that would indeed greatly power up Mega Man by granting him an element and a battle style. The style change doesn't appear to be exclusive to Mega Man either. Random NPCs you talk to throughout Battle Network 3 will give you hints about style changing, and even refer to their own Navis as style changing. In Battleship Challenge, normal Navis can come in any of the 4 elements. While never stated to be a style change, there is also nothing saying it couldn't be. It would explain how a random NPC would know of it. We do, however, see 2 other Navis use a style change function. Base appears as a secret final boss in Battle Network 3 under a new form, Base Gospel Style, GS for short. Here he has absorbed bug after bug and has taken a form after the multi-bug organism Gospel. The other Navi is Proto Man, who in the manga is bestowed the legendary blade Muramasa. Once he takes ownership of it, he activates Muramasa Style, which gives him a sick new edgy look and allows him to combat the power of darkness. While the style change ends in Battle Network 3, it does somewhat live on through patch cards in future games. Thankfully, the Legacy Collection gives you access to all of them. A few will make Mega Man one of the 4 elements, giving him the elemental properties of that game, as well as the weakness. And of course, his color changes. In the anime, this power-up is accessed after Mega Man is resurrected. Yuichiro has Lan send a code during a moment when a battle chip data cannot be sent. This activates the style change, and remains a reoccurring end of the episode power-up until the power-up is lost, after achieving cross-fusion. In the first 3 Battle Network games, there were 4 elements. They could be found on Navis, viruses, battle chips, you name it. Now, in Battle Network 2 and 3, Mega Man can acquire one of the elements with each style change. Let's start with Heat, or Fire. This element, as you might have guessed, turns Mega Man red, and empowers him with a burning passion that would make Mr. Match cry proud tears. While red hot, Mega Man can pass safely on lava panels. His charge shot becomes a flamethrower that shoots out 3 panels ahead, regardless of obstacles. The base damage for this is 50, and it can go all the way up to 100. Heat styles also allow Mega Man to access exclusive elemental chips. In Battle Network 2, Mega Man can use Big Red Wave, which, as the name implies, sends forth a magma wave. In Battle Network 3, he can use Standout and Salamander, which engulf him in flames and send fire towards a hole. The downside here, however, is you're going to be weak to water. Following the order here, Aqua is what we'll be looking at next. While normally a blue bomber, Mega Man gets a washed out blue tone to represent his water nature. With this element, you'll no longer slip on ice panels, Battle Network 3 only, and your charge shot now charges super fast, and becomes a bubbler, hitting the target in line with you and the panel behind them. You gain access to the water-style battle chips Freeze Bomb, Fountain, and Water Line. Freeze Bomb was in Battle Network 2, where you hurl a bomb 3 squares ahead, and it has icicle spikes pop up in a plus formation, much like Iceman does in Battle Network 1. Fountain and Water Line allow you to summon a water current from a hole and propel it towards your foes. Much like every game ever, water is weak to electricity. Shocking, as electric is what we're going to be taking a look at next. Here, Mega Man gets a yellow makeover to represent his element, and in Battle Network 2, you can ignore the effects of magnet panels with this form, which can be pretty handy when dealing with Magnet Man. Mega Man also gets a Zap Ring as his charge shot. While weak, dealing only 10 damage minimum, 30 maximum, it paralyzes whatever it hits, to allow you to capitalize on a successful connection. It also gains access to the battle chips Sparker, Bolt, and Lightning. Sparker is a unique one from Battle Network 2. You can charge the chip in exchange for your HP, to power it up to insane levels. Once charged to your liking, you can discharge all the electricity around you. Lightning and Bolt allow you to call down a lightning strike on any object in the field, and damage anything around it. Be warned though, wood attacks will come in dealing double damage. Lastly, this brings us to the element of nature, wood. Wood is also the element of defense, and growth, which is clearly shown here as you recover HP while standing on a grass panel. In fact, the recovery is so strong that if you have an undershirt active, you can almost not die. Wood is strong in the aspect of keeping you alive, but does lack distance. The charge shot becomes Tornado, and it only hits 2 squares away. Wood, however, gives you access to the battle chips Gaia Sword and Gaia Blade. The 2 chips work the same in the special property department, in that any chip selected after it is added to it and builds up its own damage. You can easily one-shot the likes of, say, Flashman with either of these chips. One thing to note, they do have one difference. Gaia Sword attacks like a wide sword, hitting the panel above, the middle, and below you, while Gaia Blade attacks as a longsword, hitting the 2 panels in front of you. The grass element is strong, but beware of burns, as fire attacks will leave you crispy. Moving on to the actual styles here. These come in any of the 4 elements, and different combinations of them will have different results. One thing I want to point out is that these styles lost some of their abilities going from Battle Network 2 to Battle Network 3, due to those features becoming programs the styles would give you for the new Navicust feature. Alright, so to start things off, let's go with the usual first style for most new players, Gut Style. Mega Man will in this style gains a massive arm that 100% has vibes of Classic Duo in it. In order to acquire this style, you must use your Buster a lot. Regular shots do the trick, and if the custom gauge is full, Buster shots amp up the chance of getting this style even more. The arm isn't just for show either. Here your Buster damage is doubled, meaning at max your regular shots now deal 10 damage. In Battle Network 2, this style had a pretty big con, in that it set your Buster fire speed to 0. But in Battle Network 3, that was removed. And if you mash your shooting hard enough, you will enter a rapid fire machine gun mode for it. Super Armor, a mode where you stand strong and don't flinch from attacks, is another ability this style has. It became a program drop in Battle Network 3, alongside 2 other power-ups for your Buster, Break Buster and Break Charge. As you might imagine, these 2 programs are for your Buster. Break Buster allowing your regular shots to pierce guards, and Break Charge doing the same for your charge shots. Gut Style is a very stand your ground style. It has the tools needed to ruthlessly beat your opponents. In the anime, this style is the first to appear. It only shows as Heat Guts. It appears to just be a raw power boost to Mega Man, which is accurate to its in-game features. Mega Man is commonly shown knocking out other Nabbies with the big arm punches. Next we'll look at what I think a lot of the Legacy Collection players are getting first who are not using Buster Max mode. Thanks to download chips. Team Style, also known as the Brother Style in Japan, comes in as the Unifier style that brings Nabbies together. This style is obtained by using Navi chips often. Its unique physical trait is in the helmet, gaining some raised, thicker rings. In Battle Network 2, as you level it up, it allows you to put more Navi chips into your folder, so you can pretty much reliably call anyone into battle. Overall, it allowed up to 8 Navi chips to be stored in your folder. In Battle Network 3, it added one more Mega chip to your folder, and then adds Mega Plus 1 and Mega Plus 2 programs to help you stack even more Mega chips. What's more, in Battle Network 3, it is the only way to acquire the elusive V4 version of Navi chips. While most of the styles in Rockman WonderSwan kept their normal abilities from the Battle Network games, Elect Team showed up and had a speed boost to go with it, allowing Rockman to run faster. In the anime, this style shows up as Elect Team style only, and grants Mega Man the ability to slot in other Navi chips or connect them via PET cables, and then gain properties from them as his own. Examples here are him gaining Glide's wings for flight, or Nightman's Royal Wrecking Ball. Trading the offense for defense, Shield style is next on the list. Here, Mega Man's arm gets, as you might expect, a giant shield. This style is all about defense, and is acquired by using defensive chips such as Guard and Barrier. You start any battle with a weak little barrier shield, and after some leveling you can summon a shield in battle to block damage or even reflect it back. In Battle Network 3, Shield and Reflect were Navi Cust programs, as well as Block, which if used at the right time will halve the damage you take. If you use a shield or guard correctly, you'll even heal 10% of your HP when doing so. In the anime, Wood Shield is the style Mega Man takes. Here he mostly uses it for the Tornado Charge Shot, to take care of a lot of the viruses he's battling. Now let's look at the fan favorite style, Custom Style. Here Mega Man's backpack gets bigger, and in this form the cylinders are much more prominent. To acquire the style, all you must do is select multiple chips a turn, as each one taken per turn increases the chance of this style triggering. Using the add function builds it up as well, and utilizing program advances. This style is kind of ridiculous in all it can do. It increases your chip selection screen in battles, giving you up to 7 chips in Battle Network 2, and with its program drops of Custom Plus 1 and Custom Plus 2, it can boost you to a 10 chip selection. That's literally a third of your folder to choose from. And they went even further in Battle Network 3, and while it's active and you S-ring certain viruses without using a screen dimming chip or a buster, you can get special codes for the chips, or a unique chip altogether. In the anime, this is the last style change Lan initiates for Mega Man. Coming in as Aqua Custom. This allows Mega Man to launch Program Advance after Program Advance. This style though is a double-edged sword. At the cost of the sheer power it brings, it also drains Mega Man's energy quickly. Alright, time to hold fast, as Ground Style is next. This style is exclusive to Battle Network 3 White. While in this style, Mega Man gets some giant boots, and is obtained by using battle chips that focus on the field. Chips such as Pan Out, Area Grab, Grass Stage, those will do the trick in triggering this style. And his Charge Shot can now crack panels they hit on, allowing you to completely destroy your opponent's battlefield and trap them. This style also drops programs that'll allow you to set the stage to your liking. Set Grass, Set Ice, Set Lava, Set Holy, they do just that. They allow you to start on a battlefield of your choosing. This style did appear in the game Onimusha Blade Warriors, and it showcases a bit more of the ground activity with Mega Man, as he could stomp on fallen foes, and his Charge Saber was a ground punch that made a short-lasting energy field. Turning to the same game other version, exclusive to Battle Network 3 Blue, you could obtain the Shadow style by using Invisible, Pop-Up, and Shadow Battle chips. Here, Mega Man becomes a true ninja. He gains the staple Capcom Ninja Scarf, and his helmet is a bit more streamlined. This style definitely lets you embrace your inner Shadow Man, as the Charge Shot will actually be a short-lived invis. It also drops programs Shadow Shoes, which allow you to walk safely over cracked panels, Float Shoes, which will allow you to safely move on any non-hull panel, such as lava and poison, and Anti-Damage, which much like the Shield style, requires a B-left input on the battlefield. Doing so will trigger a brief anti-damage state, so you can tank an attack and return fire with a shuriken. After going through all of these changes, it's only natural that Mega Man would have a glitch or two. I mean, you got all those programs, right? You want to use them. Or maybe you just like running the wrong programs. I don't know. Whatever the case. Bug Style is next on the list. It is the last exclusive style to Battle Network 3. In this form, Mega Man has a darker tone on all of his elemental colors, and he has weird cracks on his body with some yellow dots, looking kinda like he's themed after Gospel, which is an entity made up of bugs. Mega Man can acquire this style by playing with bugs in his Navicust. This style though is a complete wild card. You will always get per battle 2 positive effects and 1 negative. What you get is all RNG, from a 100 HP barrier, max buster, invincibility frames for 10 seconds, and a 10 chip select for the pros, but forced movement, HP drain, either on the battlefield or in the custom screen, and buster shots blanking for the cons. This style will drop the program's Bug Stop, which will prevent bug effects from the Navicust airs when installed, and Dark License, which will allow Mega Man to use dark chips without the need for using Hole, such as Serenade. This style gets around. It appears in the anime as kind of a backlash on Mega Man having been infected by a bug from base. After some tough battles, and the bug slowly eating away at him, it triggers his style change, and Mega Man emerges in a new bug style form, where he can now do battle with the Grave Virus Beast, aka Gospel. He ends up absorbing the beast, and nearly the whole internet. The style then appeared in the manga briefly, as an intermediate to Mega Man reacting to the Double Soul program Serenade bestowed upon him. Next to the ground style, Bug also shows up in the Onimusha Blade Warriors game, where his charge attacks are always random, including one that just makes him dizzy. And lastly, we have our final style change, only in Battle Network 2, the Hub style. This style is weird to describe, as in-game, it's just a lighter Mega Man. But in other media, and even the art, it's always green with some cool digital effects going up and through it. While this style cannot have any element attached to it, it does have the other style's abilities built into it. It has your HP, but you get the double buster damage, with low speed, and super armor of Gut style, 10 chip selection of Custom style, 8 Navi chips per folder of Team style, and the barrier and shield of Shield style. You can only obtain this style by S-ranking every Navi in the game, and you can only get it once. The story reason for this showing up is that Mega Man and Lan now have synced to 200% using the Hub.Bat program. This style does not appear in the anime, but it has a big presence in the manga, as Mega Man often switches to using it to overpower foes. It's shown as being able to fire off massive blasts and withstand major attacks. It's the only style outside of Bug's slight cameo that shows up even. After acquiring Double Soul, Mega Man doesn't seem to lose the ability to style change, as he is seen using Hub and Proto Man's Muramasa style in conjunction with Proto Soul. The style is so strong, Base himself chooses to use it after using his Gid ability program. The other styles do show up in the manga, but not used by Mega Man. Rather, it's 4 fake Navis taking on Mega Man's image, who then style change themselves. During their battle, Mega Man unlocks his Hub style and obliterates them in one blast. With so many combinations, it's hard to pick which one works the best. Everyone will have a preference, as I personally enjoy changing my styles up often, rather than just sticking with one. You can make some weird, fun combos for PvP friendly matches, such as Elect Guts, where you can stun them with a charge shot and then combo it into a machine gun buster, or playing as Heat Ground and always destroy 3 panels with a charge shot. The styles favor creativity, and for that, I love them. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoy the style change system as much as I do, and maybe learned a thing or two about them here. Feel free to drop your favorite styles and combos in the comments below. Till next time, I'm jacking out for the night.